Howdy champs, my name is Mohit and welcome to part 2 of how to work with custom classes. In the last part I'd actually shown you how to create a custom class which drew out circles, in a specified size and a specified color, and I told you in part number 2 I'll tell you how to actually do that. In fact, before I show you how to create a class, I thought I'll show you one more example of a custom created class, and then we'll jump inside creating class files. Right? People have a look out here. We have open in front of us in Flash Professional CS6 a file by the name myeffects. So that's myeffects.fla, and sitting next to it is a custom created class that I'd written some time ago. Right? This is not a FLA file, people. This file called effects is a custom class, as you can see out here, public class effects. Right? And this is the FLA file, and they are linked to each other. I'll tell you how. Let me minimize. See, this is the folder which actually is hosting both the files. Let me open it up for you. Right? As you can see, this is a pure ActionScript file. It's an AS file with an AS extension, ActionScript extension. Okay, this has the FLA extension, and since they're in the same folder, they are able to see each other and they are linked to each other. This is the resulting Swift file. Okay, let me get back to the FLA file now. So people, inside the FLA file, all that we have is a red ball and a green ball, and respectively they've been given names of green ball and red ball. Right, as you can clearly see out here in the properties panel. Right, and that's all that we have right now. So let me generate one more layer. Let me call it actions AS3. Right, let me open up the actions panel and write out my show you how the custom classes will actually work. So the first thing that you need to do is, before you can actually use a class, is to instantiate a class. So I'm going to say variable myeffects. Sorry, it's effects. Data type this to the name of the class, which is effects, right, which is out here. Okay, space equals space new effects, parent semicolon. Now what this does is this creates a new instance of your custom class. Creates a new instance of the custom class. Right. Now if I say file, save all, and hit Control Enter to run the FLA file or test the Swift, you'll actually see that you get a message out here in the output panel which says custom class instantiated. I'll tell you why this happens. If we go back to the custom class that I created, you can see every custom class has as the first function a function which is called the constructor function, which fires immediately after the the class is instantiated. So the public function effects shares the same name as the class. The class name is also effects, and the name of the function is also effects. So this first function, which shares the same name as the class name, is called the constructor, and fires as soon as you instantiate the class. That's exactly what is happening out here. It's tracing out a message which says custom class instantiated. All the other functions, which then become methods inside the FLA file, will not fire unless and until I call them. But you don't need to call the constructor function. It just fires by default the moment the class is instantiated. Cool. Let me get back to my effects flower file, and let me go on writing further inside the actions panel. I'm going to say, so a new object, myFX, which is holding a new instance of the custom class. What are classes? Classes are but building blocks or templates for the objects that'll be created. So what we have done is we have created a new object, myFX. So myFX dot. Now I have several methods that I'm gonna use out here, and one of the methods is fly in bottom fast. Okay, now this method, fly in bottom fast, is actually a function in the custom class. So whatever functions that you define inside the custom class become methods out here in the flower file. So if I were to go back to the effects file, give me a minute, you can notice out here we have a method called or a function called fly in bottom fast, which has actually then become a method out here in the flower file. We'll actually construct the effects AS file separately, but right now let's have a look out here in the flower file. So notice, people out here, the moment I put the opening left parent out here, it clearly says that's looking for the name of the movie clip. Let me say red circle out here. Now what will happen if I were to test the flower file now by hitting Control Enter? No, there's some problem. Let me just read the code. Undefined property red circle. It's actually red ball, beg your pardon. So that's a red ball out here. Okay, Control S to save, Control Enter to export the Swift test the movie. Let me show that to you once again. Control Enter, and people, as you can see, the ball emanates from the bottom, flies up to its original position and bounces. Okay, that's because of the way the custom class has been written. Similarly, if I were to copy this line out and paste it just down below out here, okay, and instead of the red ball, let me replace the word red with the green. That's the instance name of the other ball. Okay, and instead of bottom, let me change this to top. Right, Control S to save and Control Enter. Right, so as you can see, one ball emanates from the bottom, one from the top. Right, now let me add one more ball. Let me click out here, change the color to let's say this time the blue color. Let me draw out another ball, pressing the shift key, right, and right click, say convert to symbol. Okay, so that's a blue ball, and instance name blue ball. Right, next, people, let me again place it somewhere in the center like this, somewhere out here, let's say, and just let me copy line number 4 like so. Let me just paste it out here down below. Beg your pardon. And then where it says top, I'm going to replace the word top with the word left. Okay, and save the file up, hit Control Enter. It didn't fire actually. The reason was just needed to change the word green to the word blue. Okay, Control S to save, Control Enter to test, and people, as you can see, that all the 3 balls are coming from different directions, and they come in real fast. Okay, I'm going to change this fast to slow in all the 3 lines out here. So that's a slow, not fast. That also becomes slow out here and out here as well. Okay, let me save the file up. Let me hit Control Enter. Oh, where did I go wrong? let me just read. Fly in top slow. Oh, okay. The extra T out here, it's a typo that I made. Control S to save, Control Enter to test. And this time, as you can clearly see, they come at a slower speed. The whole duration is 2, not 1 seconds as it was earlier. So it's slowed down by twice the time, right? All this is happening because of this effects custom class that I created, and these were certain functions out there which then become methods inside your flower file. Let me open up the effects file for you. You can see we have a method called fly in left fast, fly in top fast, fly in bottom fast, fly in bottom slow, fly in top slow, etc, etc. Okay, so people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more custom class so that I can clearly show you how to create these custom classes, and then we'll tie up the flower file to the new custom class, right? So let me save a file in a new, but this time I'm not going to choose actionscript 3 file. I'm going to create an actionscript 3 custom class. It wishes to know a class name. So what could be a simile, what could be a word similar to effects? Let's say transition. Okay, so let me create a class by the name transition, right? And let me say okay. Let me first save it up straight away. So file save, and let me save it in the same folder where we have the flower file and the other effects file. So that's a save out here. Cool. As I said, the constructor function fires immediately the moment the new class is instantiated. The first thing that you need to do out here is you need to import the movie clip class like this. So you need to say, let me first save the file up, import flash dot display dot movie clip. Now that's a must, people. You cannot skip this step, right? So whenever you're working with the custom classes, take this first step, okay? Because you'll need this movie clip class inside the new transition class that we're creating. Let me say save all again, and where it says public class transition, I need to use the ActionScript statement extends movie clip. Right. What this means is that this class called transition is gonna gobble up or use up all the capabilities of a movie clip that we have imported. That is all that it means. Okay. And as I said, the first function is always a spatial function that fires every time you run the you create a new instance of this class. So let me say trace new custom class called transition is instantiated as well, right? Cool. Now let me say save all again. Let me go back to the myfx flower file. Let me get inside the actions panel like this, and let me create a new instance of the transition class. Let's see how it works. So my transitions, sorry, that's a var, my transitions, data type it to the new class, which is the new transition class is equal to new transition class parent semicolon. So what I've done is I've created a new instance of my own custom class that I'd created a few moments ago. Let me save the file up. Let me straight away test. Now of course the balls are gonna behave in this manner, but in the output panel we also see one more message which says new custom class called transition is instantiated as well, along with the custom class that we had created earlier, which was the effects class. All cool, fine. This way we have actually managed to create a custom class called transition, and we have instantiated this new custom class. Let me just copy this comment and place it out here as well. So creates a new instance of the, let's say, transition class out here. Cool. Let me get back to the new transition class. Next up, people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this constructor function, and I'm going to place it just below out here. Okay. Since this is no longer the constructor function, we can have just one constructor function. I'm going to remove the comment, and I'm going to say transition transition fade. Okay, and in line number 5 I'm going to create a public variable line number 6, variable m. So that's my MC, data type this to a movie clip. Okay, and that's it. And out here in the new public function transition fade, I'm gonna pass in a parameter which is my MC. Let me copy it out from here, let me push it out here, right, and again data type it to a movie clip. Makes sense, right? Okay, and out here I don't need this trace statement, but instead I want to use the transition manager class. Let me say file save first, say save all, and then out here if I'm going to use the inbuilt transition manager class, I need to import the required classes as well. So that's import directive fl dot transitions dot star, which means I can use blinds, fade, fly, iris, photo, pixel dissolve, rotate, squeeze, etc. Right, I can use all these transitions in this custom class, semicolon, and import fl dot transitions, beg your pardon, that's transitions dot easing dot. So I would want to use all these 6 easings: back, bounce, elastic, none, regular, strong. I'm able to use all these 6 easings. So that's the reason I'm actually using the wildcard entry out there, the asterisk. Right. Now all the transitions and all the easings, 10 and 6 respectively, are available to me. So what I can do is I can come out here, and then what I can do is I can say transition manager dot start method. Okay, only guys who actually know how to use the transition manager class will be able to understand what I'm writing. That's the syntax. And then it wishes to know the name of the movie clip, so that's my MC, right? And put a comma out here. No, that's my MC. Right, put a comma out here, the curly brace out here, and the type of the transition, which is the fade that I would want to use out here. Okay, close the curly brace up, and the duration, let's make it real slow, let's say over 5 seconds. right? That's it. Then close the round bracket up. That's it. Let's save the file up. Now what I've done is I've actually created a public function, transition fade, that I can now use. In fact, I don't need to use line number 11. I don't think so I really need to use. For the moment, I'll just apply a line comment out here. It's okay to just pass the parameter like this. Okay, you don't need to declare it earlier. Or let's see, if need be, I'll uncomment it. Okay, and let's say file, save all. Right, let's get back to the flower file, which is my fx, and then I need to use a movie clip that I need to fade in. So how about okay, this time I need a bigger one. Let's go with the image of a star. Okay, so options, make it a star. Let's say okay, draw a star. Okay, bring it in the center, right click, convert a symbol, registration point center. Let's call it the star. Let's say okay, and let me just try to fit in to the stage. So this option will do it for me, match width and height. Okay, and at the same time left align, top align to the stage. Cool. Let's call it the star itself, star. Let's open up the actions panel for you, bring it in the picture. Okay, let's code out. So since we have already instantiated the the transition class, I can then say my transition dot. Now the method was let me just be sure. The method was transition fade. Yep. So let's get back out here and say dot transition fade. I think there's a typo out here. That's better. And then it wishes to know the name of the movie clip, so that's a star. Okay, and now let me save the file up. Let me hit Control Enter to test. And people, as you can see, the star is fading in over 5 seconds because of the function that we had created in the transition class, which actually becomes a method in the flower file. So people, this is how actually you instantiate new custom classes, and then you use methods which are actually, if you remember very clearly, in the transition custom class, a function. So functions become methods in the flower file. Also, it's very important that they should be kept in the same folder. They should be able to see each other, right people? As I told you earlier, the constructor function is a special function that fires every time you instantiate a new instance of that custom class. Alright, so with these examples, I'm not going to take you back to the custom circle class. It was done in the in a similar manner, in a similar fashion. This tutorial should have explained how functions in classes become methods in the flower file, and what is the syntax to use them. So people, I hope you've learned a lot. You see the efficacy of using custom classes. Since we are using the public, you see out here, the public word out here, the public space to the function, it is then accessible by an external flower file, right? And as you saw, that we really didn't need this one single line out here. I could have passed in the variable straight away inside the function itself. Right, so let's say Control S. That's it. So guys, I hope you learned, enjoyed a lot from this tutorial. And I hope to see you coming back for more. You have a good day. Bye bye. Peace.